We're really excited to be bringing some of the best innovators from all kinds of different business sectors to share their knowledge and insights on innovation with you and other people across the built environment sector, those who want to drive change through their company and beyond. So enjoy this short taster, then take positive action.
I think that the challenges that the current industry is facing are sort of accumulating quite quickly. There's this now massive tension between our ability to deliver things and our sort of need to build more and more things, and that's happening at a time when digitisation is kicking off, modern methods of construction are becoming more prevalent. So that's a real challenge for the industry, but the opportunity is for the future leaders to kind of reshape what the industry looks like. We recognise that change is coming. I think you could be fearful of that and you could bury your head and hope it doesn't affect you, or you can embrace that and say, right, there's a massive opportunity to completely recast the industry. The key thing for us has been being sort of very open-minded, not launching into solutions mode too quickly, sort of opening up the problem and spending time investigating all the kind of possible avenues. And I think once you start to do that, and once you start to get that mindset of not kind of locking things in too quickly, it kind of opens up opportunities for things that you might not have explored previously. So I'm leading a couple of the workshops over the course of the year, primarily looking at the shifts that are happening in this sort of move towards a manufacturing-led sector. So what that looks like in terms of physical manifestation of buildings, modern methods of construction, design for manufacturing assembly, but also then the digital tools that will underpin it. So those two things are kind of moving in lockstep. So I'm going to be talking about the shifts that have already happened in those two spaces, why they're linked, and where we think some of this stuff is going. I think one of the main failings of the industry, and I think it's widely recognised, is this sort of fragmented approach we take, this very siloed thinking. So people tend to think very much in terms of their own discipline. People tend to think in terms of project stages, and people get bogged down in sectors, whereas actually innovation spans across all stages, all sectors. It doesn't recognise those boundaries. So I think the way we're going to solve some of these challenges is by bringing groups of people together. So the more we bring people together, the more opportunity there is to sort of socialise some of these ideas and start to spread their adoption. One of the most successful things we did was for SmithKline, where we'd been working on manufacturer-led sort of assembly systems for them for a long time. We got to a point where the modelling and the kind of iteration of design was happening so quickly, we said, look, you need to be in the office because it's going to happen almost in real time. So we started giving that client free space in the office, and because we created this sort of collaborative co-location space, actually the speed of iteration went through the roof, our productivity went through the roof, and it's been far and away one of the things that's most transformed our way of working and the relationship with the client and our ability to do things. It's been enormously powerful. I was on the Athletes' Village working across all the different plots in the run-up to the Olympics, and I think we hadn't learnt the lessons yet about bringing people on the journey, and I think sometimes there's a value in admitting that if you bring everyone with you, you won't move very quickly and you won't move very far, and maybe that's okay. And sometimes you just need to break away and head over the horizon and investigate something and come back, and that's also okay. We kind of found out the hard way that if you just turn up and go, right, we're going to do this, it's going to be brilliant, we're going to change everything, but you're going to love it, they're not going to love it, they're going to resist it, and it starts to get people more entrenched. So again, it's all about the kind of how you engage people and how you start to get people invested in the stuff you're trying to do. I think the opportunity to bring together, to some extent, a self-selected group of people who want to learn and want to change, like that's often the hardest thing, is finding the individuals within an organisation who want to drive things forward. So the opportunity to bring that group together, form that sort of collegiate group, have them learn from each other and move forward, I think that's an enormously powerful thing to do. So I'm very excited about the opportunity to kind of explain some of the stuff we're doing, hopefully find some advocates of this and like-minded people and people with ideas that we haven't thought of that together we can start to get a group that really starts to drive some of this change that the industry desperately needs. I think anyone who thinks the industry will look like it currently looks like in 10, 20 years, or another way, if it does look like it does in 10, 20 years, we're screwed, because we can't possibly carry on at the pace we're carrying on with the lack of productivity and all the rest of it. I would recommend that anyone who's half-minded to try and learn about this stuff and to try and see what's over the horizon, this is an ideal opportunity to do it, and this is the sort of forum where you're going to meet the people who I suspect will be driving big change in the industry in the next 10, 20 years. So to form part of that group, to be part of that group, feels to me like a massive opportunity.